And the five of us met at Timegate, which is a Doctor Who convention, and we had come out of a Sherlock panel, and we were talking about how much we loved Sherlock, and we thought it'd be great if we could do a Sherlock convention. And we thought that just the one show wouldn't be enough, so we should expand that to Sherlock Holmes in general. Heather is a huge fan of Sherlock Holmes, and she was a big proponent that we do that. And so we talked about it, and we got really excited about it, and so by the end of that weekend, we had booked a hotel and decided we were going to do a Sherlock Holmes convention. We were very surprised by the attendance. We thought that we were only going to get about 100 people to come the first year, and we ended up having to cap registration because the hotel was not big enough to handle the people that wanted to come. The first year we had 650 people come our first year.
And what's it like now? Can you tell?
Last year we had 900 people, and this year we're a little bit smaller so far, but we haven't finished our weekend yet. But we're looking to probably get about 800 this year.
I think it's just kind of the enthusiasm. I think especially with something with as tiny of a canon as BBC Sherlock, it's definitely easy to just want to find more because there's not enough. But even with longer running things like, Harry Potter, it's still, these characters are so wonderful, these worlds are so wonderful, you just want to keep spending time there.
I have been a fan of something since I was old enough to walk and talk. So there's always been something. I've always had that kind of obsessive personality. It's like I'll find something and it's like I don't just like it. I love it. It's like I fall in love with something and I want to know everything I can about it and I want to talk to other people about it.
I was in the hotel bar getting coffee, and there was this woman standing next to me who I thought was there for the convention. She looked like one of us. And she turned to me and she said, I was wearing my con badge, and she said, this has been a really respectful con. And I went, oh, is this your first year here? And she said, no, my husband and I are just staying here overnight. And she said, I'm really fascinated by this. What is this all about? You all love Sherlock. That's why you're here? You all love Sherlock? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, I know about Comic-Con, and this feels like very like Comic-Con. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, I think I'm a fangirl. I'm really a fan of Buffy, and I really love Harry Potter. And, and then she looked at me and was like, but why are people dressed like Captain America? And so, okay, let me explain to you a little bit about fanish culture. She is a fan in the sense of she likes a thing. She really likes Buffy. She really likes Harry Potter, the geeky things. But she has not taken that next step into, I want to find out what other fans are doing. I want to find out more. I want to talk about this endlessly with people online and in person. And I think that's the line. I think when you just engage with it and you watch it and you're like, oh, that's very enjoyable, versus you watch it, you engage with it, and now I want to go talk about it and make things and do things and, lose hours of my life looking at pictures of things. That's fanishness. It goes beyond just receiving the media and going, that was lovely, I liked that. It's receiving the media and then wanting to do something back.
I think it's about passion and wanting more. So the books are static. There's not gonna be any more canon that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is gonna write. So the fandom comes in when you want more. So you're watching the shows and you're reading the pastiche and the fan fictions, and you're just getting more because you just want so much more out of it.
I think it really started with, I used to watch Star Trek a lot, and my favorite episode of The Next Generation was the episode where Data pretends to be Sherlock. And that kind of got me interested in that, and then the Robert Downey Jr. movies came out, and that's when I really started getting into it.
It was from TV. I will admit I was brought into the Sherlock fandom by the newest BBC Sherlock. How it happened specifically was being a Star Trek fan. I was interested when I found out that this person named Benedict Cumberbatch was going to be the villain in Star Trek Into Darkness. And a friend of mine, we were talking about it, and she spoke to me the immortal words, oh, he's in this show called Sherlock, it's good, you should watch it.
Why did you come to 221?
My best friend has been into fandom for years, and I came to spend time with her. It's a little overwhelming. I guess different would be a good word to describe it, but that's okay. It's a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but it's very interesting to see the lengths that people go to for the stuff that they like. Some of the costumes. The costumes are what has surprised me most. I didn't expect to see the cross in fandoms. With it being a 221B con, I didn't expect to see so much other, like Doctor Who and different stuff that I don't recognize. I didn't expect to see so much other stuff.
And so it's kind of what people are interested in, so that's what we talk about. As long as we can sort of tie it in to Sherlock Holmes somehow, then that's what we're going to try and give people what they want.
I really like to say to everyone is don't belittle anyone's passions. You know, I mentioned before that some people look at, science fiction fandom or something like Sherlock fandom, and they think it's a little weird. And, it's a cliche, but it's kind of true. Nerds get picked on, geeks get picked on. And just don't do that. Whether it's football or knitting or scrapbooking or the novels of Stephen King, if you love something, if you see someone who really, really loves something, who has a passion for it, don't belittle them, don't make fun of it, even if you don't get it. I don't get football. Just never, never make fun of or belittle something that brings someone joy. Because that's what this is all about. It brings joy and happiness into our lives. And there's nothing wrong with that.